Greetings, this is Scott from the Sawtooth Avalanche Center with your weekend update for Friday, January 21st, 2022. And just a reminder, these weekend update videos are not a replacement for the daily avalanche forecast, so please check that each morning at 7:30. This is just to give a quick recap of what happened, where we're at now, and what we think might happen in the week ahead. So we'll dive in, start with the past. A brief recap of what happened. We got a little new snow. Hopefully some of you got out there to play today on Thursday and Thursday night. And otherwise, it's been a lot of sunshine over the past week. So the danger has not been elevated. It's been in that moderate and low range and has just been slowly decreasing throughout the past week. So if you look at the danger in the Galena Summit and Eastern Mountain Zone, it's been pegged at moderate there. While the danger is slowly decreasing, it hasn't decreased enough to bump it down on the danger rating a full step. So even though it looks like it's the same, it is slowly decreasing, but it's been moderate in the Galena Summit and Eastern Mountain. So that's the mountains around Galena Summit and the White Clouds and the boulders and the upper elevations and the Pioneers. And in the other three zones, it's been low. Excuse me. So the storm we had rolled through got some nice, fairly low density snow. So some nice fluffy powder, 5 to 10 inches in the Banner Summit area, Sawtooths and Western Smoky Mountains, 1 to 3 inches in the mountains around Fairfield, Haley and Bellevue and Ketchum, Sun Valley. So the Soldiers and the Wood River Valley Mountains, and then 2 to 4 inches up around Galena Summit and in the White Clouds. Avalanche activity. This is since January 10th, and you see there's only one avalanche. So it's getting pretty stable in general if you look over the over 3,000 square miles that we forecast for. And that avalanche was on January 10th. It was an explosives triggered slide over in the Soldier Mountains by the Soldier Mountain cat ski staff. So the present, that's today's danger rating for Friday, moderate at upper and middle elevations and low at lower elevations. That's the Galena Summit and Eastern Mountain Zone. And the other zones, it was widespread low. This is a video Chris took today. He was out around Copper Mountain. There was anywhere from 6 to 10 inches of snow in that area. So that was up around 8,700 feet on an exposed ridgeline, kind of upper elevation, the lower part of upper elevations. But you can see it was easily forming some new fresh wind drifts in the exposed areas and still moving some snow around today, the winds were. So what's going to happen? What are we expecting for the weekend? Well, we're going to see a bunch of sunshine with seasonal temps, and those north winds that were moving the snow around today, those should be decreasing. We'll probably continue to see some winds tonight, but over the course of the weekend, especially tomorrow, we'll see them gradually start to drop. And then the avalanche danger and problems for the weekend. So expect to see that continued mix of low and moderate, depending on where you're out snowmobiling or skiing or whatever you're doing out there having fun in the sun. And over time, it's going to ever so slightly, the danger will be decreasing. So stability will be getting a little bit better just as time goes on. It's most dangerous at upper elevations. Couple reasons. The reason that it's still moderate, we have that lingering persistent slab problem in the Galena Summit and Eastern Mountains, where the old weak snow that's been plaguing us for a long time this year is just taking a long time to heal. It's still just enough of a concern that it's keeping a lot of really experienced people away from big, wide open, steep slopes that also have a really variable snowpack depth. So you might see rocks poking out, and the reason for that is that as you get closer to the weak layer, if you're within 2 or 3 feet of it, you have a lot better chance of being able to trigger it. So a slope that's where the weak layer is entirely 6 feet deep, it's going to be really hard for a person, whether you're on a snowmobile or on skis, to impact that. But if you're in those places where you have that uneven snowpack depth, like picture up in the big bowls in the mountains and the higher peaks, where you have rock ribs that create really shallow areas and then deeper areas too. You can still potentially trigger one of those persistent slab avalanches in those shallower areas, especially. And then also at upper elevations, we have those fresh wind slabs. They're generally not big enough to bury people, but they probably are big enough to knock you off your feet, especially if you're skiing in really steep terrain. So it's something to watch out for if you're up in the alpine or at upper elevations over the weekend. And then long term, the weather forecast next week, you see a whole bunch of sunshine there. Pretty much zero chance of snowfall. And you can hit pause if you want to read what the weather service says, but if you don't like sunshine, you're not going to like it. If you like sunshine, you're going to love it. So next week, the danger and problems, we see that steadily decreasing danger, or the stability getting better. It may be enough to drop it down to low. We'll see. And same problem, that lingering persistent slab problem in the Galena and Eastern Mountains that I talked about, where we're just still leery of the wrong slopes that are in that fit that description, where you can find that persistent slab issue, and otherwise normal caution. So if you're not already getting the forecast emailed to you every day, it'll be in your inbox at 7:30. You can sign up on the bottom of every page on the website there. And just a nice thing to have, so you don't need to remember checking it. You just check your email and boom, there it is. And observations. We love knowing what you're seeing out there, even if you don't trigger any avalanches. If you're out there going nuts, high mark in a big bowl or skiing some really steep terrain, please text us or email us a picture or tag us on social media. Knowing that there are no avalanches is really valuable information, just like knowing that there are avalanches. So don't feel like you need to write some really technical, complex analysis of what's going on. It'll still help us out. And you can submit observations by pushing that button again on the bottom of every page on the website, or that gives you the information also to text it to us, or what hashtag to use on social media. So have fun out there, enjoy the sun, and stay safe. Always evaluate each slope you're going to play on. Remember that you are making a decision anytime you're choosing to ride or slide in avalanche terrain.